All right, we
I mean,
are
we're
live.
at OxFit Nation, right?
Yes, sir. We are live streaming, and I know we've got some
Okay.
OxFit folks already tuned in, already watching.
I'm going to get a better picture. That was a picture of Ant's butt. I got to fix that.
Yeah, let's get a good picture.
What's up, brother? Oh yeah, wait, hold that one more time. Come on, give me the big guns, Ant. One more time.
Lauren, he wants you to flex again.
There we go. I got you. My feed and see if I can help fire this thing up a little bit.
Yeah, we're pumped. We've got Ant versus our coach Whitney. We tested out DEKA Atlas probably about a month and a half ago. I made all of our coaches here, about 13 people, do it as a little team building exercise. And so Ant and Whitney were about a minute apart when we did it then. So we're going to see if Ant can catch her this time. It'll be a good race.
So you said we have Whitney.
Yes.
Okay. So what do we? Okay, I'm guessing Ant is doing male peak and Whitney's doing female peak. Is that correct?
Correct. Yep, we have it set up, and then if anybody's watching, go ahead, Yancey.
Yeah, for all you listeners out there, we built Atlas to be a recognized strength test that I do right now because they're weak. They're not strong. You got to get your butt to the gym. You got to start training. You got to get stronger. All right, we have officially started. Good looking depth there by Ant. Good looking depth by Whitney. I expect nothing less from Ox Nation.
Yeah, we train that squat every week.
Zone 1 right now. Yeah, the barbell thrusters. No complex movements in here. There's nothing that takes a lot of training to learn how to do effectively or safely. It's basic movement. You're probably looking at the most complex movement of all 10, a basic squat. Come up out of that squat and press the weight above our head. You're looking at 95 pounds for the female, for the male, 65 pounds for the female if they're the peak like Ant and Whitney are. Bar facing burpees. I see Ant. He's conserving himself right now. Brother, good move. Those I like those chalk palms on the ground.
Yeah, we've made the mistake of taking the burpees. Go ahead, Yancey.
Yeah, this is where if you're inexperienced, you'll blow yourself up right here. You're still kind of fresh. If you attack these 20 too hard, you'll blow yourself up for the rest. Strategically put this right here. It's one of those where for it dearly later on in the race.
Oh, Whitney had a little slip.
My favorite. I saw that. People ask all the time, do we allow you to step over the bar? We absolutely do. You don't have to jump. You just need to keep that bar facing burpee. We're coming to one of my favorite all-time movements, the surrender lunge. It's kind of an advanced version of DEKA Zone 1 and Strong Mile and Fit, the alternating reverse lunge. Here you have to get down to both knees. I like seeing the pad for the knees. coming up nice and tall. Right now we have a 50 pound and a 35 pound for the peak. Anybody out there wanting to try Atlas? If you wanted to bump down to foundation, Ant would bump down 35 pound and Whitney would bump down to a 20 pound.
Yep, we'll have peak and foundation for men and women on Friday, June 19th. So if you're watching this and you feel like these weights are too heavy, we still have the foundation lane that we're going to run that night. It's a great test, but these guys are crushing it with these peak weights right now. I think these surrender lunges are one of the tougher movements. We introduced them into our gym a couple years ago, I think when Atlas came out. And I think our people have a love-hate relationship, but they're a good test for the legs.
Yeah, kind of forcing ourselves to get down on the ground and get back up off the ground is so important. The moment we stop doing that in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, the body starts saying, okay, I can't do this anymore. You got to keep, I've learned as a coach for 30 years, make your members, even if it takes them a while, make them get down on the ground and get their butt back up off the ground. It's just good old primal movement. We're in the zone 4 now, the dumbbell ground to overhead, 50 and 35 pounds still. You're going to, like you see here, you can turn this into a clean to a push press.
Mm-hmm.
You can just do that snatch from the ground. Give Ant just a little bit of grief. Tell him, make sure he gets that full elbow extension. Oh, yeah, I'm watching Ant. Give me that full elbow. A little bit of break there. I see. Oh, my absolute favorite here, dumbbell bear crawl. Couple basic rules here. You're seeing Ant keep his feet behind the back plane of the plane of the back dumbbell. Watch that toe, Ant. Watch that toe, buddy.
I love this movement. This is such a good test. It's such a good functional movement that we're not used to doing.
Right.
For me, this is the hardest station, in my opinion.
Oh, it is. It is brutal. But again, we're down on the ground. We're in the animal-based primal movement. You've got your typical bear crawl movement, a lot of core support, obviously loading through the hips down. But you're getting that little bit of bent row when you really have to lock in tight from the core all the way up into the shoulders and support yourself to lift and place that dumbbell. It's one of those moves. If we pull 1,000 people off the street, 99% of them have never done this movement. And they're like, and it takes a while to get a little bit of flow, but once you feel the flow, you're pretty surprised at how well you can do with it. The nose faucet turns on. We're dripping sweat off the nose. Yeah, everybody has a love-hate relationship with this one.
Yeah, Bailey says it is not easy to breathe down there, and I agree. When you're in that position, it's not easy to get a good deep breath in, but you just got to keep chipping away and get through these reps.
Whitney's got a great flow right there. She's just punching that foot forward, almost making contact with the back dumbbell. In full competition mode, just so everybody knows, the basic the penalty on this one is if the toe of the foot crosses the back plane of a dumbbell, the judge would tell them to stop and they would just bring that front dumbbell back. It costs you 3 to 4 seconds. This one's we're using a 5-meter zone here. They're going to go down and back 4 times for a total of 40 meters. We got a pretty stiff competition right here. Now we're going into our sit-up.
This is where I think a lot of us kind of catch our breath after that bear crawl. They're not easy, but it gives you a second to just lay down, not have to use your legs as much before you keep tackling this Atlas.
Yeah, we got a 35 and a 25 pound here. You can see they're just doing a double-handed grip in the middle of the dumbbell. That's what most people are going to do. You can use a weight plate. You can use sandbags, sandbells. We're going into a very heavy farmer's carry.
Mm-hmm.
Ant's going to have 200 pounds, 100 pounds in each. Whitney will have 70 in each hand, 140 total. Now, zones 7 and 10, I designed them to be basically 2 zones in one. Ant's going to go down and back 6 times, but he's got to also do 6 deadlifts. Every time you're on your down and back, you got to place the weights down, relift, and then go down and back.
Now, I would say this is definitely the limiting factor for anybody signing up for Atlas Peak is going to be this farmer's carry. Compared to all these other weights and movements, these are, I mean, this is the heaviest and the hardest.
Yeah, 7, 8, and 10 are by design. I put it near we kind of build into it. 8 is also very heavy. It's the 50 pound in each hand for Ant, 35 for Whitney, and the shoulder to overhead. And zone 10, you're going to see here pretty soon, hits very hard as well with the heavy dead ball, shoulder to carry. Like this one, it's 2 zones built into one. You have to shoulder that weight 10 times while also carrying it 100 meters. So yeah, the back end, you build into kind of warming up the muscles, and then it gets really heavy on the back end.
Yeah. Hey, Lauren, can we get a shot of the clock, please? Can we see what time we're at? What does that say? Okay, 9:26. 9:26 is what they're at.
They're built, again, this is down and back 6 times for 60 meters. And then we're going to go into, I caught Ant. I'll tell him afterwards. He threw those weights down. He owes me a deadlift.
Ooh.
He owes me a deadlift penalty because he threw him down. You got to place him down.
He's going to love watching this back.
Good stuff, though. But it is given now the 8, some would argue that this may be the hardest zone. Shoulder to overhead. He has 100 pounds right there, 50 in each hand. You can see he's doing a push press. Just for a split second, we're looking for a full elbow extension there. Is he going to try to do these unbroken? No. Oh, okay.
That might have been 20.
Yeah, it might have been 20.
I know Whitney's going to go unbroken. She just needs to pick them up.
So now we're going into 100 single unders, and really kind of a heart rate recovery for most. But for a lot of people, people are like, Yancey, why didn't you do double unders? Or why is such a simple movement? I wanted to take us back to 2nd, 3rd grade. A lot of us have forgotten how to jump rope. There's a lot of research for the females out there, and even the males, that light jumping may be the most important thing we can do as we go into the second half of our life as females, but as males as well. The bone density and just the light jumping, that light plyometric movement. And so just getting back to old school jump roping. So Ant's going to go down and back here. When he gets across the line, you're going to see a drop of the sandbags. He's got 9 more of those. So this is technically two tough zones into one. Just simply shouldering that 100 pounds 10 times is pretty challenging. And it's also coming at the end of the 10, 11, 12 minutes for Ant here.
Yeah, they're making great time. Ant's getting close to, I think, an all-time PR. I don't think he's ever gone sub 13, and it looks like that's what he's aiming for if he can keep picking this thing up.
So again, folks, he's shouldering that 100-pound sandbag. So the hip mobility, being able to get down low, get up under that, and I grew up on a 600-acre farm. When you build things like this, you don't want things that take months or years to perfect the movement. You want, go to the farm with Yancey and let's do old school work. That's and then for the next 3 to 4 months, you get into the gym, you get stronger, and each zone gets a little faster. You maybe get a little more quick on your jumping, some of the skill movements like the jump rope. But it's just basic work. And if you're a little nervous about these peak weights, obviously we have the foundation weights.
Yeah, and like you said, at the end of the day, this is true functional fitness. This is what our gym is all about. This is what we train for. And so if you're on the fence about doing this, this is just a celebration of what we work hard in the gym every day to do, to just prove that we're strong and we're capable. And like you said, if you find yourself on a farm, are you going to be able to throw around some hay bales?
This is what we call DEKA Zone 11.
Yeah.
If you don't look like Ant when you're done, you didn't drop the hammer hard enough. How's Whitney doing? Is she almost finished?
I think she was almost a full zone behind him. So I don't know how many she has left, but I know she's getting close.
So we have we do have a 30-minute time cap on this. For some people, maybe you have the strength, you need to improve your work capacity engine. You have the ability to, with 30 minutes, you can actually take a little rep in between the zones and slowly work your way through the reps. Mm-hmm. This is designed in a way, if you can cross the DEKA Atlas foundation finish line, we consider you to have a good foundational level of strength and work capacity engine. If you can cross the peak finish line like they just did, we consider you to have an exceptional level of strength and work capacity engine. I'm not talking like powerlifting strength, but like you've got a really damn good level of strength, well-rounded level of strength, and you're going to be able to get through life. We're training for the sport of life, as I say, the most important sport. Being able to do active vacation with our kids, being able to do the type of work we want to do, being able to protect yourself if you need to. If you get strong enough to do what you just saw them do, you're in a great position. Are you going to go win some powerlifting meet? Maybe not, but you're in a great position with your overall strength and work capacity engine.
Yeah, that was a great test. Super impressive from these guys. I think it's perfect timing. I'm going to turn Lauren's mic on so we can get a little post-DEKA interview. All right, Lauren, your mic is on. Guys, how are we feeling?
I know exactly how they're feeling.
Can you ask that again?
I want to know how they're feeling. Yancey said you're in DEKA Zone 11.
Hey, Seth, we can hear you.
All right, Ant, you're in DEKA Zone 11. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty proud, to be honest. Like, we tested it a couple of weeks ago just to show all the coaches what it looks like, and then felt a lot better that time around. It felt like it was a little too soon to do it again, but we kind of knew the strategy a little bit. I feel like you went out a little hot, right?
I did. I think
just them burpees. I know to slow down because the burpees are the trap.
I had my lungs better about me the last time that we did it.
Yeah.
And today they just weren't there.
But I feel like you were just a little too quick. Like, unbroken thrusters, and then you were still pushing on the burpees instead of like a little bit recover.
You're doing that like very methodical step over, and I was still like.
You got so far to go. Yancey knows that's the trap, right, mm-hmm. Yancey? You put them burpees there intentionally.
It's the exact same trap as DEKA Strong Mile and Fit with the rower. You go try to gain 10, 15 seconds. You're going to lose 30 seconds. But I saw you taking it easy on you just got to get through those reps. That's where you're going to lose the race versus win the race.
Yeah, you're just going to spark your heart rate, and then it won't come back down because like you're straight into complex stuff. And then if your heart rate's too high on the back roll, man, it just feels like you're there forever.
And we were talking on the live feed. We were talking about how when I was designing this, I wanted gyms to be able to bring people in and just work on super basic strength. It's like I was telling the crowd that I grew up on a 600-acre farm, and on a hard day work at the farm, you just did basic work, heavy lifting, and there was nothing super complex. But if you can cross the finish line that you two just crossed, especially when we focus on foundation, we consider you to have just a good foundational level of strength. What you just did kind of shows an exceptional level of strength and work capacity engine, but we ultimately want people.
Yeah, I mean, for me and Whitney, that's like 10, 15 years of work gone into that, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, that foundations level gives you something that you can focus your training on. And like the reason that we partner with you and we've partnered with you for so long is our goal as a gym has been to bring start lines to people. And like, we want to show you what's possible if you stay with us for the long haul. But even if you're just starting out, the way that we train and the way that we move, this is what we're building for the rest of your life. Like, you're just going to be a more capable human being. You can pick stuff up, you can move stuff, you can carry your kids. Just all the things that you need for life are in this test.
Yeah. I felt like there's had never been that really good, well-rounded, every plane of motion, every muscle group, strength, endurance, where the whole world could train for it. Unfortunately, a large percentage of the world is not going to be able to do it, but with a good basic strength training program at a gym like OxFit, you will absolutely cross that foundation finish line, DEKA Atlas foundation finish line, bang the chest, be proud of yourself, and then start working up towards that peak.
Yeah.
I think that's why I love it has a 30-minute cap too. Like, it's so many stations, it's so many movements, it's so like they compound on top of each other, but you can give this to someone at a foundational level and give them those foundational skills. And it can read very scary at first, but then you tell them it's a 30-minute cap, and it makes it so much more accessible. Like, it's so much more time.
Yeah, because you just get as far as you can.
Get as far as you can.
And then next time we'll get a little bit further.
Exactly. And you still get a benchmark, you still get a reference point to come back to and to keep trying and trying again. I think
And like Yancy said, like, most of these workouts, like, we tried to create something like this like 5 years ago. And ours, we tried to put all the sexy movements in there, right? And it was just way too complicated. Whereas this, like, for me and Whitney, one of the hardest tests we're going to face this year. And then for somebody that's just starting, same thing, right? And you don't have to, like, spend hours perfecting skills. You just come in and work out 1 hour a day, and you can get on the start line, instead of it being like, now you got to learn Olympic lifting, now you got to learn rope climbs, now you got to, like, there's none of that. It's just like, and for the best athletes, some of these movements are going to catch you out. When was the last time you bear crawled with weight? When was the last time you carried 100-pound dumbbells? Like, you might be doing all this sexy stuff in your training and forgetting the foundational stuff that's in this. So
yeah, let's talk about Zone 5 real quick. I feel Zone 5 may be, I've always said, hey, the weighted burpee, arguably one of the greatest movements. That's why we put it in Zone 10. Every joint, every muscle group, you got to have the mobility, you got to tie a lot of stuff together. But I would argue that the dumbbell bear crawl could be up there in that legendary status of like top 5 greatest movements of all time. We were talking about as you guys were moving, that what happens, and you and I know this, Ant, as coaches and trainers and fitness business owners, the moment we stop getting people down on the ground, like surrender lunges and dumbbell bear crawls, you get 40, 50 years old and you start to fall apart quickly. You start to lose the ability to get your butt down on the ground. So getting down in the animal-based primal movements is so stinking important. It's got to be in the programming of our clients. I don't care if it's what age. So I love 5 because it takes a little bit of chin up. You got to think about it. And the body coordination, a lot of people that are super fit will struggle with the coordination. And then when they get it, like Whitney, your flow, you had great flow with your bear crawl. Your back foot was punching forward, and I absolutely love it for that. People, it's one of those zones where people feel really empowered and accomplished when they get that nice flow with Zone 5.
It's only 40 meters.
Yeah, it's so short, but like, I played sports my whole life. I've done like athletic things forever. That is by far and away one of the hardest movements I will do. Like, it takes so much. And like, you're right, Nancy.
You
like,
can't
the coordination
breathe.
of it.
You got to move.
Breathe,
Yeah.
Like, the timing you have to make it feel as like weightless as you can takes so much just like intuitiveness with your body. And it takes a minute to get there. And every time I do it, I'm like, man, it's such a perfectly challenging movement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like you said, Yancy, like, we want to bring a start line. That's your mission. That's my mission. And this is how we bring you a start line. And more importantly, we bring you a finish line where you get a medal, you get a t-shirt. And then that day-to-day training of all this stuff that we're doing in here, you can see and you can feel what is working. And also, if you've got kids, your kids can come and watch you and be like, shit, my mom, dad, they're a superhero.
That's the best part.
That's the best part. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are we ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, I think that was great, you guys. Awesome job.
Thank you.
We got a lot of people tuned in, which is so cool. If you're watching and you haven't signed up, we've got DEKA Atlas June 19th, DEKA Strong June 20th, back-to-back events, 2 opportunities to test your fitness. Like we've been talking about this whole time, peak and foundation.
The link is in the description for Atlas. If you're
Yeah,
into Atlas.
And for all the listeners out there, I'll give you a quick backstory. The concept of building DEKA, like you're looking at a beautiful microcosm of why we built DEKA the way we did. We wanted all of Atlanta to be able to have an opportunity to go into a gym, just like OxFit, and celebrate fitness. All of us on this call, we're in the business of dealing with the world's most powerful drug, fitness, movement, exercise, the power of testing your fitness. You know, Ant and I have seen it change and even save lives. And that's why we love what we do so much. And this is all about taking care of your beautiful machine, your temple. It's about saying yes to your 60 minutes today. Like it's Yancey time. It's Whitney time. It's Ox time. It's like, I got to get to the gym and serve myself. So then I can use this temple of mine to serve everybody else in life that's important to me. And I'll say it one more time. If you don't think you're an athlete, everybody in Atlanta that has a chance to go on Ox, at a minimum, you need to be training for the most important sport as an athlete, the sport of life. You got to train for that sport. There's no sport more important for that. Are you going to wake up when you're 40 and 50 and are you going to be able to say yes to everything this beautiful rock of ours provides us? Are you going to have to say no because you've disrespected yourself? And I know that sounds blunt, but that's exactly what every coach and trainer and gym owner should be saying. We got to be blunt. You need to be selfless with your time 4 or 5 days a week and say, I'm taking care of myself. This is my time, and everybody's going to benefit from that.
All right, awesome.
DEKA Fit's coming to Atlanta, right? Are we muted?
It is.
No, we can hear you.
So It's coming to Atlanta in October, 2 days, individual, 2-person team and ruck on day 1. Day 2 is the ultra for the crazies, DEKA Fit ×5. And we're also going to bolt on some 4-person team and individual on the Sunday as well in October.
So we expect to see you here at OxFit on Friday then, Yancey.
Let's go, brother. Come on.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right,
yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, Yancey. Thanks everybody for watching. Great job, you guys.
Take care.
We'll